Thank you for joining us here on the news. Let's begin the broadcast with big news that we're tracking from Jammu and Kashmir. This is a day after attack on non-locals in Srinagar, encounter that is underway in Kanyar. In fact, search operations launched in Srinagar. Taking that straight away to my colleague Sahil, who's joining us live. Sahil, what is the latest that we're picking up with the fact that the encounter is currently underway?
Well, the encounter between security forces and militants in Kanyar area of downtown Srinagar is underway. The exchange of gunfire continues at the encounter spot. We are, in fact, reporting from the spot where this operation is taking place. Security agencies basically had input about the presence of one or two militants hiding in the area. Following that, the coordinated search operation was initiated. And as per security forces, during that search operation, when the party was advancing towards the suspected spot, militants opened fire and that triggered an encounter. At the moment, the encounter is underway. Exchange of gunfire continuously taking place in the area. CRPF, the Special Operation Group of Jammu and Kashmir Police, have in fact engaged with the terrorists, and the engagement continues. This is one of the anti-terror operations which is underway in downtown Srinagar. And then there are two other search operations also underway. One in Bandipora, where last evening militants had opened fire on army camp, and in response to that, the Indian Army is continuing and conducting the search operations. In Badgam district, we are again told by the security agencies that the security agencies have intensified their search operation, given the fact that late last evening, two migrant workers were targeted. Unfortunately, both of them are out of danger. They are availing treatment at JVC Hospital in Srinagar. But yes, the anti-terror operations are underway. The first one in downtown Srinagar, the Khaniyar area, and after a gap of 2 years, an encounter is taking place in downtown Srinagar, which is densely populated area, and security agencies, in fact, taking all precautions to ensure that no civilian is harmed. The exchange of gunfire is underway in the area.
Right. In fact, Sahil, as you point out, in terms of the latest, this is a cause of concern overall, looking at the number of attacks, whether we're talking about Kashmir or Jammu, for that reason.
Well, yes, of course, a serious challenge before the security agencies, given the fact that there were peaceful elections, Lok Sabha 2024 elections, and after that, Jammu and Kashmir Assembly elections were conducted in all peaceful and conducive atmosphere.
Hmm.
Security forces had, in fact, no such incident to face during elections. But once the government took over, these incidents have basically increased, while in these security agencies basically believing that the militant outfits are trying to show their presence and in fact create fear psychosis in Kashmir and Jammu as well. We have seen these terror incidents taking place in most peaceful areas like Sonmarg and Gulmarg. We have seen the attack taking place on migrant workers in Gagangir area of Sonmarg. Those migrant workers were working on that tunnel project from last 5 to 6 years, and they were never targeted. But the incident took place, and 7 people lost lives there in that attack. We have also again seen in Butapati area of Gulmarg attack taking place, and two army jawans and two army porters, in fact, losing their lives in that incident, which is close to line of control at the moment. And in fact, also highlights that the peaceful areas are under the radar of these militant outfits. But yes, I would like to mention that the Jammu and Kashmir government, in fact, the LG Manoj Sinha, who is in fact, who heads the Unified High Command in Jammu and Kashmir, had held a meeting with the security agencies last week and directed security forces to intensify Naka patrolling and area domination in Kashmir Valley, in hinterland along the line of control. They were also directed to coordinate and initiate precise anti-terror operations in Kashmir Valley. As of now, security forces are on a high alert, and in fact, those search operations have been intensified. But then these attacks taking place, and here in downtown Srinagar, the security forces have trapped one or two militants who are said to be hiding in a residential house. The engagement is underway, the gunfire is underway, and security forces are trying, in fact, to neutralize both of them as early as possible. Back to you.
Right, Sahil. Thank you very much for not only joining us with the latest, but more importantly, drawing more perspective as to how this is a big challenge for the forces at the moment. Having said that, we're going to leave it at that because we're shifting our focus